Hey there everyone, I am Enum and welcome to the third video of the AWS Strands series for beginners. In this video, we are going to talk about structured output and how you can implement it with Strands. So without delaying any further, let's get started. So first, let's understand what is structured output. One of the biggest problems of LLM is its unpredictability. They produce unstructured output that needs a lot of post-processing before they can be used effectively. And this unpredictability leads to error, wasted time, and increased costs. To solve this problem, OpenAI and Google came up with this idea of structured output. It basically ensures that the model response is following a strict format, which reduces the error and makes it easier to integrate LLMs into applications that require consistent machine-readable data. Also, according to OpenAI, if we use prompt engineering to get a response in a specific format, the reliability is around 35.9%, whereas with structured output, the reliability is 100%. But we need to make sure that the strict is set to true. We can see the chart here that shows how different it is if we prompt alone, if we use structured output keeping strict as false, and using structured output keeping strict as true. So you can see that if we keep strict as true, it is 100%. For the one where we are keeping strict as false, you can see it is somewhere around 90. For prompting alone, in the case of GPT-4o, we can see that it is around 80%. So from this, we can understand how the reliability increases if we use strictly structured output. Now we will understand how it works in AWS Strands. In AWS Strands, the structured output system converts your pydantic model into tool specification that the LLM then uses to generate output in the correct format. Now, a lot of models like GPT 5.1, Google Gemini 3, and the other new models that are launching, everyone has the native support for JSON mode, or we can say the structured output mode, which makes the whole process much easier. So Strands basically handles this by using the structured output model parameter during the agent invocation. So Strands handles this by accepting the structured output model parameter during the agent invocation, which then manages the conversation validation and the response generation automatically. And you can get the validated result in the agent result object. All you need to do is agent result.structured output and you will get the structured response. So this makes the whole process much easier and reliable. So now we will see how to implement this in Strands. For that, let me go to my cursor. Okay, we have opened our cursor. Now we will see how to implement structured output. So first, you can see I am just importing all the required packages, then just loading the environment variables, and then we are creating this class which is for personal info. You can see it has name, age, occupation. So this is a very basic example. So we are just taking name, age, and occupations. But for complex examples, you can have multiple pydantic models. But this will give you a good idea how this works. So then we are just defining the main function, and here we are defining the model. So in the previous videos as well, I have shown how you can use any open source model via LiteLLM. In this case, I am using the GLM 4.5 via AWS Token Factory. So you can use any other models based on your preference. You can also choose other models from AWS Token Factory. You can see they provide GPT OSS, K2 Thinking, Quen model, Harness, and a bunch of others. So based on your preference, you can pick any models. So then we are just defining the agent, which is pretty straightforward. So we are just passing the model here and giving a system prompt, which is you are an expert assistant that extracts structured information about people from the text based on the provided schema. So this is just for the basic example. I have also added the text to process, which is John Smith is a 30-year-old software engineer living in San Francisco. And then I have added few logs to see this better in terminal. And here you can see the main part. We are invoking the agent with the text to process, and then we are passing the structured output model with the pydantic model that we want our response in, and then we are just getting the structured output from the result object, and then we are just printing all the details. Now let's run this to see how it works. So let me increase the terminal. Let's run run main.py, and you can see the input text, and this is the thinking process of GLM 4.5, and you can see that what it is looking for, and finally it has generated the structured output. One thing to note here is it is using the whole thing as a tool call. So you can see it is tool #1, which is the personal info, and then it has extracted the output. So this is a very straightforward example. Also, they give you a lot of other options as well. For example, here we have defined the model during the invocation, but you can also define agent level default structure output. Awesome. So this was a pretty simple example. Now let's see some more ways how we can use it. So let me reduce the terminal. So here during the agent invocation we have passed the structured output model, but we can also pass the structured model info during the agent invocation. So let me just do it. What we need to do is just paste it in this place. So during the agent definition we'll just pass the structured output model, and then what it does is it sets the default structured output model, and whenever we invoke it, it will use that by default. So we can quickly check it as well. You can see that it works just like the previous one. So this is another pattern. If we have defined the default structured output model, we can easily override that by just passing the desired output model. So here if we want to override it, all we need to do is create result2 and just use agent and then pass text to process and just pass structure output model. Any other model that you want to pass. For example, if you have a company info model, you can just pass it. So it makes the whole process much easier. You can create default structure output and you can also override this. So this keeps the whole thing pretty much dynamic. So that's it for today. I hope you found this video helpful. If so, do share it with your friends, and I will be putting more videos on AWS Strands, so make sure to subscribe my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.